Good morning, everybody. I'm Kathy Silberman from Academic Alliances at Arizona State University. Thanks for joining us today for this presentation. I think you're going to find it very informative and hopefully will help you support your students. And we will also follow the information about the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts with some information about my path to ASU. So if you'd like to refamiliarize yourself or learn about my path to ASU, please stay on after all of my colleagues have shared their information. I'm going to turn it right over to Jerry from the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts.
Thank you, Kathy. Hello, my name is Jerry West, and you can advance the slide. And I am a representative with the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts. I'm the director of experience and engagement. Used to be the director of recruitment, outreach, events, and internships. At ASU, we do have a lot of titles and acronyms. And I'm joined with my premier colleagues in the field of advising, Teresa Awayo. Feel free to introduce yourself, Teresa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Teresa Wyo, and I'm the Executive Director of Academic Advising for the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts. And I'm going to turn it over to Brian Ferguson.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the Assistant Director of Academic Advising, specifically at the Tempe campus, but do work with a lot of the online programs that you'll hear about today.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. So the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts, or CISA, as we affectionately refer to it, supports a variety of different degree programs across a variety of different ASU campuses. You can see the campuses that we support listed below. And within our college, we have now taken a model of having schools. So we have the School of Counseling and Counseling Psychology, the School of Applied Professional Studies, the School of Applied Arts and Sciences, and we also support veterans with the Office for Veterans and Military Academic Engagement. Within our college, and I can let everyone kind of read a unique description of our college, but one of the things I would like to draw everybody's attention to and focus on is we really try to support our students by giving them an understanding idea of student access, applied learning, and interdisciplinary inquiry. Essentially, we are the career-connected college at ASU, where we really do try to create degree programs that are applied in nature and hands-on in nature that allow students to get a real-world field and experience in their degrees, and allow that experience to really translate into their professional career when they graduate. One of the campuses that we really do look to support at the Polytechnic campus houses a variety of different degree programs that tend to be our most popular degree programs that Teresa and Brian will speak to in a few slides. But also be aware that we do support students at the Tempe campus, downtown, and throughout the Valley. You can go to the next slide. So within our college, we are a pretty medium-sized college within Arizona State University. You can see that we really do kind of support about 9,400 students. There's about 409 faculty members. Small, more intimate experience with our students is something that we really pride ourselves on. So our student to faculty ratio is about 20-1. We do have a really good premier staff in advising and administrating and academic support, where we really do try to support students and meet them where they're at in terms of their need. Students really do have access to kind of communicate and interact with faculty, advisors, and administrators in a very unique way within CISA. Some of our top majors you could see are listed, one being the Applied Biological Science degree program. Some of our growing and emerging degrees come out of the School of Applied Psychological Sciences. And liberal studies and interdisciplinary studies tend to have been some of our more popular degree programs in the past. We support about 39 different degree programs, and 11 of which can be graduate degree programs. And we have a fairly medium-sized student population that are first-generation students at about 37.5%. Teresa, feel free to discuss some of the degree programs that we support.
Happy to do so. So we have a number of great degree programs offered through our college. Within our schools, our School of Applied Sciences and Arts, we have a number of STEM degrees. Specifically, I would highlight our Applied Biological Sciences, especially our pre-dental and pre-veterinary medicine programs. And we have a great foundation for our students that are interested in pursuing those professions in graduate school in the future. Of course, it provides all the foundational biological sciences coursework if they're planning to go to med school or looking at research biology for the future, but it does provide additional coursework specifically geared towards those areas. In addition to our applied biological sciences in those areas, we also have sustainable horticulture, a lot of need for growing food, growing produce, in a sustainable manner. We also have a great applied mathematics program, applied physics program, and applied quantitative science program. So if you have students that are interested in math, physics, those types of sciences, we definitely have some great opportunities for those students, as well as a program on applied military and veteran studies, which is focused on our military and veteran population. We're actually doing quite a bit of work in this area right now. So a lot of our programs, we are starting to develop more and more programs that have an emphasis in this population. So if you are working with veterans, students that are interested in going into the military or have a prior affiliation and want to work with the population, this is a great program with great opportunities for them. Within this school, we also have communications, English, general studies degrees, history degrees, many of the things that you would find in a traditional liberal arts and sciences types of program. But again, we also have some things that are just a little different, like interdisciplinary studies, where students are able to combine two concentration areas together. This is a great program, especially for students that are returning back to school, interested in a couple of different disciplines, or maybe they're interested in a grad program for the future and are looking for a couple of different areas that give them a background in multiple disciplines, where they can take that to use for the workforce later, for grad programs later, but great opportunity there. We also have a liberal studies degree, also a great degree for students that are returning to school and trying to finish up a bachelor's degree. It has many courses that are electives built into it too, so it's very transfer friendly. And then we also have a great degree program in science, technology, and society for those students that are looking to combine those STEM fields with maybe a social science perspective, interested in looking at regulation or opportunities within the science tech industry, the application to real world policy. So that's another great option too. We have a number of great graduate programs in these areas as well. Students can continue on in 4+1 programs in applied biological sciences and integrative social sciences. Integrative social science is a little different. It kind of combines political science, sociology, kind of maybe some sustainability types of curriculum in there as well. And then, of course, we do have a master's program in liberal studies for those who want to continue on and have a little bit more freedom in the courses that they choose in their graduate work. And then a great degree in narrative studies for students that are interested in storytelling, historical, cultural perspectives of storytelling, maybe want to teach in a college or university in the future, or even for those who are interested in writing. So great opportunity there too. In our School of Applied Professional Studies, also some amazing opportunities, including a great focus area in organizational leadership. So for those that are looking more at the social behavioral side of business and management in for-profit, nonprofit, government sectors, and are looking for a program in leadership management types of skills, great opportunity there. We also have a strong program in project management, a very hot field right now, and can be applied to many different industries, many different career fields. Students that are completing our project management degree or our organizational leadership with an emphasis in project management are able to certify through the Project Management Institute Upon graduation, there's basically a test they take, and then they can get their certification, starting out as a certified associate in project manager and management, and then eventually they can kind of, through their work, additionally add additional credentials to that. So great opportunity there. You'll again notice that we do have an emphasis in organizational leadership in veteran society and service, again, focusing on that military group. And then also in this particular school, we have technical communication. And I want to point this out to you because we are doing a lot of work, and actually this year, and it's not on the slide quite yet, but we also added a user experience degree that is going to be available. It's being offered in partnership with the Ira Fulton Schools of Engineering as well. We're doing this jointly. So if you have students that are interested in the user experience side of technology, it's a great opportunity for them. They do get coursework in, of course, things like web development and some of those core emphasis areas of technical communication, but really focus on graphic information technology, the user experience as a whole. But great opportunity there. And then many options in technical communication as well, including social, including media and other sorts of things. Our counseling and counseling psychology degree programs, we have really grown this area. So we have emphasis areas in sports and performance counseling, which is kind of newer to us in the last year. We do have an excellent program in substance abuse and addictions. And for students, again, these are bachelor's degree programs. Many of these students will be going on to master's programs. But of course, there are entry-level jobs at a bachelor's level that they can perform after completion of these programs as well. But another opportunity for students that are maybe not wanting to solely focus on psychology, but plan to go into counseling. And then, of course, we do offer 2 psychology degrees, a BA and a BS as well, for students that want to pursue that too. So that's our School of Counseling and Counseling Psychology. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jerry.
Thanks, Teresa. So often individuals ask parents, families, advisors, folks that are not necessarily in the ecosystem here at ASU, what's the difference between an applied science degree or a basic science degree, or what makes CISA unique, or what is kind of the difference with CISA at the Polytechnic campus, for example, than maybe what a student can kind of major in if it's the same degree at the Tempe campus. So one of the things that we try to promote and try to encourage and try to familiarize folks with is that we are very focused on emphasizing a career-connected approach to learning. So really a hands-on, applicable way of understanding your degree program and applying that information inside and outside of the classroom to the degree program that individual students select. So we emphasize real life scenarios. We really do focus on an involvement in faculty research, field experience. In a few slides, we'll discuss some of our internship partners and some of the service and study abroad options that our students tend to participate in. A lot of these particular activities allow for our students to be very specific in their application to graduate school or post-secondary school. It really makes them an attractive candidate when they're looking for job opportunities. So that real world experience is something that we found to be kind of a real true benefit to our students, also communicated from some of our corporate partners that we work with. To get a real basic understanding of applied versus basic sciences, and I like to draw your attention to what we really kind of refer to as basic sciences is research solely done to expand an individual's knowledge base, whereas with the applied science, we really want to apply scientific knowledge to practical problems, and the application of that is why we try to kind of really organize our students to get real world, real field experience. You can advance to the next slide. So we don't do it alone. We really do have premier faculty in our space. The picture you see is of Dr. Eugene Park, who often works with our indoor farming lab at the Polytechnic campus. So students that are in our applied biological science degree, they really do work closely with Dr. Park in her lab of vertical farming and plant farming. You can see the list of additional premier faculty that we have in our space that really do focus on that applied side of their degree program. And one of the benefits to the Poly campus and to our other programs at the other ASU campuses is the size. So for students that want a smaller, more intimate experience, they really do value that hands-on learning experience. The learners learn in a variety of different ways, and we all know that. And some individuals really excel in a small, more intimate space where they're actually working kind of closely with their faculty, or they're working really hands-on in the programs that they're pursuing to graduate in. And Dr. Park is just a shining example of how she really embodies our career-connected approach and our applied learning focus. What makes Poly unique? So this is the campus that we've been charged to really prioritize and grow. However, we support all of our campuses, and students really do feel that need, even from our online students, and with advisors such as Brian. They can, he can really speak to like how he values and supports an advisor, students as an advisor. But to give you guys a snapshot of what makes the Poly experience unique from a student perspective, the applied learning really is something that they focus on. The real world experience, and again, that smaller, more intimate feel is what students tend to value. Once students learn their learning style and they kind of trust themselves, they really do lean in, and we find them to be very successful as they look to complete their degree. Brian, any anecdotes you would like to add from your advising experience, feel free to share at this time.
Yeah, I'll just add a couple of things. ASU is a large institution, and so any point that we can come alongside students and provide them just a familiar face to help them transition, help them ask questions. It could be something as simple as, where do I get a parking pass, to how does this degree really apply for my professional goals? Those are things we kind of come across. So it can be things like, I need help with emailing my instructor. I need to understand my degree pathway. I'm having this issue with scheduling, things like that. We're really kind of across the board helping students with lots of different things. And that's the funnest part about being an advisor, is just really walking with the students, building that relationship over 4 or 5 years, and then seeing them graduate and move on to kind of whatever they have next. So lots of fun things happen, but we really kind of cover the gamut with lots of different things, with our specialty really being making sure that the students following any sort of sequencing within their degree plan, they understand the courses that they're enrolling in, why they're in that particular sequence, and then again, how this is going to apply for them, both for their personal and professional goals once they graduate.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. And as Brian referenced, how is this going to apply to their personal and professional goals when they graduate? One way is through our internship and our internship relationship. So we encourage students to take advantage of our internship opportunity within our degree programs. These are some of the partners that we have throughout the Valley. This is not an extensive and an exclusive list of all the internship partners that we have, but it just is to kind of showcase a representation of the support that we have amongst our fellow folks here in the Phoenix area, particularly in the East Valley. One way that students look to measure their success is by their employment salary when they graduate. This slide is just to indicate where our students go after they graduate and some of the successes that they have. A good percentage of our students receive a job offer within 90 days of graduation. We have a percentage of students that are accepted into an additional educational program upon graduation. Salary range is around $60,000 a year for a good amount of our degree programs. Not all, but a good amount. And about 31% of our students take advantage of the student teaching field experience and practicums or our internship experience within CISA. One way that we try to encourage and inform all of our students, transfer students, students that are non-traditional, is to just get engaged. We have a variety of different engagement programs that allow for students to become connected to Arizona State University. Engagement allows for a certain level of familiarity with the college. It's networking, it's relationship building, and it's really one of the ways that students matriculate and graduate with a higher rate. Students that are engaged, they tend to graduate at a higher rate than students that do not stay engaged. They really do get a lot of resume building from this particular experience, and students are supported. So at no point should students ever feel, to Teresa and Brian's point, alone, isolated, or independent when they're navigating through their degree program. And specific student engagement programs that we provide in our college try to mitigate that, so they do feel a certain sense of connection to the college and the university. Some of the programs that we have that we really are proud of with our engagement team and in our engagement focus are the things that we've listed. Our pre-vet club, they offer a variety of different programs and activities for the students in our applied biological science degree with a pre-veterinary emphasis. Angels for Devils at ASU. You could see we have a counseling and applied psychology student organization that students tend to kind of network and grow in. Again, students, this isn't a exclusive list of the student organizations, but these are just some of the shining organizations that we feel student participation excels in. And we really do try to promote engagement on a variety of different levels for students that are considering secondary education and or for students that are considering a professional path when they graduate. I'll let Teresa speak to WUI if you're okay with that.
Sure. There are a few programs that we offer within our College of Integrative Sciences and Arts that provide some reduced tuition options for students that live in certain states and applying for certain degree programs. Students in the WUI option, if they are in one of these degree programs on our Polytechnic campus, they do complete their full degree at our Poly campus, taking courses there. But it does provide an opportunity for out-of-state students to pay a slightly reduced tuition option.
So we're here to kind of support any questions or student engagements that you guys might have. If you have students that really are interested in that hands-on learning experience, that career-connected approach, maybe through internships experience or anything like that, please direct them to us. We really are trying to grow our bandwidth throughout the Valley. So the Polytechnic campus is not the only campus that we support, but it is one that we are prioritizing through a certain level of growth. So please direct those students that might be interested to this particular website, and we'll make sure that we follow up and contact. Thank you for your time, and I will now turn it back over to Kathy.
Thank you. Oh, and you have an event to promote here. Let me give it back to you for a sec.
Yes, our CISA Student Showcase. It's an event that we have coming up at the end of the semester. This is an event that we use to kind of showcase all of the cool things that our students are doing in their particular degree program, from research to connection with faculty. It's a really good experience for individuals to get an insight and introduction into some of the things that we have going on within our college. So please feel free to take a snapshot of this or take a mental image of this particular slide, and we encourage you to come out. We do feed the folks that are coming, so there is a little bit of an incentive with that, and we hope to see you in December. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you. It always amazes me how many programs you all have in CISA. So I think it's always good for a refresher, even if people are kind of familiar with your college, to take a look at all of that and remind themselves of some of the pathways that are available to students. So speaking of pathways, I'd like to share some information on everybody's favorite transfer tool, My Path to ASU. So in helping students know what to take and how to progress toward transferring to ASU, My Path to ASU will save them time and money along the way because they're starting with you. They're maximizing transfer credit by getting as many of their classes and hopefully an associate's degree as well done while they're with you at the community college. They follow a customized course by course and term by term pathway, and they can track their progress all along the way to see how close they are to that actual transfer. And then they receive personalized communications from us when they sign up for My Path to ASU. And they are the right information at the right time, because when they sign up, they let us know which semester they plan to come over to ASU, either online or in person. And so they get that information in a timely manner. They also, of course, can talk to our transfer coordinators and admission services all along the way, and they get invitations to great events like the one that you just heard about, events that are in person and online. And then, of course, a big benefit is knowing that when they complete all of the requirements that are on the pathway, including any additional admission requirements listed at the top, but all the coursework, of course, they will get a guaranteed admission into their program of choice. So it's a really good feeling of reassurance that a place is waiting for them at ASU in the major of their choice. So I'm going to go through two different routes to signing up for My Path to ASU. The first one is if you work in the Maricopa Community Colleges, these are your student steps to sign up for My Path to ASU. So Maricopa students have a landing page on ASU's admissions pages. This is what it looks like, and you can see the URL here at the top. If you're working in Maricopa, you're probably very familiar with this page. Maricopa sign up is a little bit different than our other partners because when Maricopa students sign up, they go into their Maricopa Community College's student information system account. And so that's what makes it a little bit different. So first, students are going to click on the button that says sign up for My Path to ASU. The other button is the one that you all use in your support of transfer students to explore the majors. And you don't have to sign up for an account just to be able to access the info, which I think is very helpful. The students would then sign in with their MEID and password and then log in. At that point, they're in SIS. They click on My Academic Plan. Then they click on Change Plan / Subplan and Add Change ASU Pathway, because essentially signing up for My Path to ASU in Maricopa is just like changing their academic program. They select the next term or semester that has not started yet, and they might need your support on that a little bit, depending on what time it is during the semester, what date it is rather, to make sure that their eligibility for their financial aid is still intact and that they're selecting the correct term. They select their ASU degree pathway and they indicate whether that will be in person or online. They submit their agreement. Well, they'll see a summary at first. They confirm their plan. They acknowledge that our institutions share data with each other about them and their sign up to, of course, under FERPA to support the agreement that they're signing. And then they acknowledge that their sign up has been submitted. And now these are the steps for signing up for My Path to ASU for any students who are out of state or at Arizona community colleges outside of Maricopa County. So as I mentioned, big benefits of My Path to ASU include over 400 pathways to choose from. Many of those are with CISA. They can save time and money because they're following that prescribed pathway, and that's very clear and efficient. And of course, the guaranteed admission is a big benefit. So step one, they select their preferred way to study and they indicate their current institution. So that narrows down the information that they're going to see on their pathway. They choose their program, and as you can see, there's several ways they can search for that. And then they let us know who they are, so we know who's signing up for what, and that we have a way to reach out to them as well. So in building your My Path to ASU, you are also prompted to set up a password at that point after you've signed up, and that will take students into their My Transfer Guide is what it's called. And they can look at that to track their progress along the way. They can mark classes as in progress or completed. It's a manual process. So they can do that if they'd like to use that as a tool, along with all the tools that you give them at the community colleges. And they can use that for advisement as well. So it can be saved as a PDF and of course, emailed back and forth. So to sum up the transfer process, students will do what I just showed you, sign up for My Path to ASU. It's free. They can change their major at any time by signing up for a new pathway. So they can, there's really no downside to signing up just as soon as they're interested in, if they're considering ASU, they really should sign up for My Path to ASU right off the bat. Then, of course, after they're signed up, they use that tool to complete their path, apply to ASU and become a Sun Devil, and then they go on to great success. They graduate, and of course, they need all of our support, and we're all behind them together. So we are going to switch into Q&A if you have any questions for CISA or for me. And I'm going to stop sharing screen so we can see people. And I'm also going to enable people to talk if you'd like to talk, or you can type in the Q&A. While we're waiting to see if anybody has questions, I'm going to ask the presenters to go ahead and put their email addresses or the email address of their department, whichever works best for you all to be able to contact people if you have questions. This presentation will be, as you know, it's being recorded and it will be on the Academic Alliance's website very soon. Well, CISA, anything you would like to add before we sign off?
Just thank you for everyone's time and attention today. We really do appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of moving parts at ASU, and it can be very kind of confusing. So thank you for your time. I think we do have a question. Do you foresee a graduate program for veteran counseling?
Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if we go there. There is a lot of need and there's been a lot of interest in that program. So I definitely could see that happening down the road. You're welcome.
Awesome. So I think we can give folks the gift of time back today. Thank you for, at least from CISA's perspective, participating. Kathy?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you from Academic Alliance as well. We appreciate you and all the hard work that you do to support students, and just reach out anytime. Thank you so much.